No good deed goes unpunished, and no Marvel superhero ever gets to pick their own name. I'm Gay Fesh, and today we'll be talking She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Season 1, Episode 2, Superhuman Law. But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Spoilers, smash! Whoa, sorry about that. Got a little gamma stuck in my throat. So, now that Jen's out of Mexico and actually doing lawyer things, it feels like we're going to get far more of an actual feel for what the show will be like. In typical cowardly Marvel fashion, she hates the superhero name that the media has given her of She-Hulk because we can never just unironically accept the source material without crossing our eyes at the camera and saying in a Joss Whedon voice, well, that happened. Her last case is declared a mistrial because when she hulked out and saved the jury from a desk flying at them, it meant that they would be unduly favorable to her arguments. Law stuff sucks overall, but at least I can somewhat see the argument there. But because of this, the DA's office declares her a liability and fires her. She spends a while getting rejected by law firm after law firm until eventually the firm she was opposing counsel to approaches her to lead their newly minted Superhuman Law division. They've hired her specifically because she is a superhuman and they want her to be public-facing, which means she has to come to work in Hulk mode. I can already see that the main arc of the show is going to be her learning to accept and enjoy her Hulkness and the confidence and empowerment it gives her, but it doesn't sit right with me that it starts out with people demanding she do it for them. People certainly can find empowerment in something they were initially coerced into doing, but, that's not really a big positive message, is it? Her first job is to represent Emil Blonsky at his parole board hearing. Blonsky seems like he's actually a changed man. He certainly doesn't seem to be the rage monster he was in the movie. He's even hanging out in human form for the most part. When Jen realizes that his attack on Harlem didn't happen until after the US government gave him the super soldier serum, there's a potential argument that he's a victim of circumstance and this was something done to him. She talks it out with Bruce, who says that he and Blonsky already made peace with each other years ago and Jen should take the case. There's also a bit of a predictable fourth wall moment in that phone call when Bruce mentions how he was literally a different person back then, and Jen looks right at the camera and goes, haha. So it does look like the show isn't going to be doing it Malcolm in the Middle style, but more Deadpool style. But unlike Deadpool, it seems like nobody else notices when she breaks the fourth wall. However, Bruce reacted a little the first time it happened, so is this a latent Hulk ability? Also, we meet Jen's family, who all seem like a fairly nice but overbearing bog-standard sitcom family. Also, Jen's BFF Nikki joins her at the new law firm as her paralegal, but she still seems like she's a stock-nothing character. The episode ends with Jen turning on the news to see leaked footage of Blonsky participating in the underground fighting ring with Wong, which is going to complicate the parole case. But come on, I already saw Shang-Chi. What's Jen's excuse? Whatever happened to due diligence? Well, that's it for this week. Let me know your thoughts down below.
Looks like we won't be seeing Bruce for the rest of the show since he took off in a Sakaran ship. Are they going to do more Planet Hulk stuff? Or maybe he's off to Battle World and we won't see him again until Secret War.
Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video with your friends. Subscribe to my Patreon to get shouted out in future videos. Check out my Bandcamp for banging tunes, including all the tracks you heard in this video. Follow me on Twitter at GayestFesh, and don't forget to check out my podcast, The Rest of Both Worlds, where I go through Star Trek The Next Generation with a friend who's never seen it. Thank you to all my patrons, with a special shout out to Piftle Cakes and Renee Vorbeck. Your support is greatly appreciated. See you all in the next video.